Rika, are you back?
Yes, I am back.
Awesome. All right. So we just had a special news announcement, and we are coming here now to the news website to check it out. It came in over the radio. WRTD News is your local investigative jazz radio station. During their news segments at 45 minutes on the hour, they have been talking about the plane crash. This most recent hour, they also talked about the picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with a psychologist. During the interview, it's revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to posit the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. Hold on, gotta hide that sidebar. Oh. A comment below the article says, "Don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottrees curse being a real, true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it." Hey, Did I search investigative jazz? No. I'm not gonna do that. Is there anything in here I do want to look at? This is probably their way of trying to get us to look at Roottrees curse. That way we don't miss that, and also, to get us suspicious. But yes, we already know about it all. Okay. Okay, back to the board because we need to put housewife on this.
Gwendolyn.
Then the spouses don't need jobs. Okay. Where were we? She's the first Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, could I make my own way in this world? But I'm off top. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me. And now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwen. All right. 1958 Dynasty. An entry titled Dynasty from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1950. It focuses on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottrees Candy Company, and the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long, with architects, preachers, and lawyers. We already have that stuff, so it's no news for us. Nobody got time for candy. So, with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family, since we still have the Roottrees name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. Instead,
There's a kid named Clance.
What?
So there's a kid named just Clance.
Yeah, but we already know that. We just don't know who it is. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had a very particular views when it comes to his bloodline. Alright, so hold on. We can go plug that in real quick. Firstborn son of the firstborn
5-piece.
5-piece. And his first name is Zach. Shit. She said Zach with a C, not a CH, right?
Z-A-C. A-C.
So it's probably Zachariah Morden. Now, firstborn son, meaning that there's 2 sons. So there should be another boy Morden. There is. But this is a problem. Because there should be 3 male... Okay. Hold on. Not necessarily. Okay, so firstborn son doesn't necessarily mean...
Oh.
What?
I think the husband is one of Mr. Morden. So it has to be a Morden.
Sorry, say that again? What?
I think Gwendolyn's husband is Mr. Morden. So yeah, it has to be one of the Morden.
Yeah. Wait, why do you think Gwendolyn's husband is Mr. Morden?
Because it always said Mr. Morden was with Aunt Gwendolyn.
That's true. I do remember it said Mr. Morden was with Aunt Gwendolyn. That's true. I do remember that.
I have that in my notes.
Good job. Okay. So, but I'm just saying though, because she said the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece, that doesn't necessarily mean that they had 2 sons. The firstborn son could still mean that one of the Morden that they had a boy and a girl, right? So, but we do know that one of the children then was Zach, so that means that the husband is the only other male Morden, which is then James Morden. And remember Angie? Angelica Morden. Because she would be in this generation then. And she would have to be about the same age as Lauren. So chances are she's probably not going to be the firstborn of the firstborn. Because she would be too old to be the same age as her and Miracle. So I think we probably got this correct, which means Zachariah,
first president, second president. Yay! We just don't have a picture.
We do, but we don't know who it was. And I was thinking that this would be that Mr. Morden person that was mentioned, but since there's no picture for him, we do know that that's not him then. That was in that picture. So we don't know who this mystery man is. But it's going to be important, I'm sure. So one of these is Zach. Oh, we actually can figure out who this is. Oh, we can figure out who this is easy. Oh, yeah, we can. Watch this. Watch this. I got this. Easy. We go back to that picture. Here we go. Because these are her brothers.
Yeah.
Which means this must be Zach.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. All right. So Zach is done. Angelica. Oh, we can fill this stuff in already then. No, not necessarily. But my guesses would be Zach and her are probably brother and sister. That's probably Angie. But we can't say for certain. I don't want to necessarily lock that in. but that would be my guess. But you never know. They are actually, they are all related. So, all right, back to this. Where were we? Okay. Zach, even though his surname doesn't match Candy, he's the firstborn son. Firstborn 5-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always been very confused when it comes to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Yep. We switching this. Warden. There we go. See, maybe we should read this all the way through first. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm next oldest of us all. But he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Okay, so that was supposed to help us identify also that Zach was the fat kid in the photo. All right, so that helped us put that all. Okay. Next. An entry
this thing is fucking long.
An entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1963. From a previous entry, you learn that Elias Roottree had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in the family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up, and I'm not the only one to realize." That's because Sam is probably in that folder, right? That envelope that we can't look in. Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwyn's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhand, E.C. and John the farmhands E.C. and John when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? And by the way, in case you guys didn't know, the whole thing, blood is thicker than water, The actual phrasing of it is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So when people say the blood is thicker than water and they're referring to family is like most important, actually the water in that phrasing, the water of the womb, that's the family part. So the water is the family. Keep that in mind. The blood is not the family. But people forget that. Okay. So this gave us some clues here to do. First off,
Who is Patsy?
all sorts of stuff in here. But there is an Eli. So Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. So let's go back to here. And we can say that there is an Eli. So there's an Eli root tree. God damn it. Why would you have fucking Miracle? Why would you name your kid Elias? C and N.
We just need to figure out who the wife is. It might be the the middle name.
No, it's gonna be. This one's gonna be the one. The Elias over here is gonna be the C because of Clancy.
Oh, Clancy.
And the Elias over here is gonna be M because of Miracle.
Yeah.
And we don't know which of her brothers.
And it could be why one is like Clancy and the other one is Eli.
Yeah. So we know the names of her brothers. We even have their pictures. We just don't know which picture goes to which brother, and we don't know what age is the
order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know whose child is whose down here, you know? Besides the whole Rafferty thing down here. And the fact too that remember we've got LaRue over here. And then we know we have Lafferty dash LaRue, right? Ooh, it sounds like this and this is real messy, doesn't it? It sounds like it gets real messy, real juicy. Okay, so we got Eli there. He was riding his bike. Nancy swore he saw Sam. PC and John. There's April. Twins in Paris. Rest of it. Didn't recognize Sam. Patsy last. Okay, so yeah, Patsy.
Yeah, Patsy.
That was Uncle Junior's wedding. This.
Okay. It's probably a Patricia. But which one?
Fuck you, game. Damn it. Patricia Jones or Patricia. God damn it. Alright, might be able to search one of these, though.
Just put in Patricia.
No, because it's gonna be. You have to be more specific with this. Alright. Never mind then. We know it's a Patsy. Fuck me. I don't know what's. Yeah, that put.
Well, let's keep reading the book.
Yeah, keep reading the book. "1963. Hold on. given in to his wife. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam quite some time. So Sam comes from Gwyneth's side, mate, perhaps. But Angie summoned. Okay. But here's my thing, is 1963, and they said, oh, Granny had sisters. Angie summoned us. So this was written in 1963, and she said, Patsy last year. So 1962 would be the wedding, right? So if we do 1962.
No. Damn.
All right. Is there anything else really in here that we could say for sure? I don't think so. Okay. Well, something we can say for sure is that how do I get to my page 1? Okay, we can delete this stuff. This is Elias Roottrees Jr., right? Because we're gonna forget this if we don't write this down.
I have all those notes still.
Well, I want to write it down, okay?
He's also the oldest son.
What?
Oh, Elias Roottrees' junior wife is Patsy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I know he's the oldest son because he's to the left. Remember, left to right is oldest to youngest. That's why I knew to swap these two. Because they said that she was older than him. Remember, we went over this at the beginning? Siblings are in birth order, oldest to youngest. Okay. Back to here. Last page of this. One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren Roottrees' diary written in 1964. Clark's getting married, and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older. Okay, well, there we go, Danielle. But openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. Says the author, right? The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwyn is Gwyn, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits, in any other family, they'd all end up on the streets, even Clark.
So Gwen has twins.
Okay, so here we go. Clark's wife is Danielle. Danielle Franks. Clark Rafferty went to the academy. So there is a good chance he's military. I'm going to just put that in temporarily. We might be changing that, you know?
Yeah.
They do split up, though, Danielle and Franks, but we know that that's the first one, okay? And that military one definitely may very well change. Especially since, you know, it's the very first thing here. Discipline, forced to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm getting old. Well, someone who would be legal if they lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seems to have gotten over it.
But that's because Clancy. So Carl's dad is Clancy?
What? No. No, Carl's dad is here. He's dead.
Oh, okay.
He died in the war. Remember?
Yeah.
Clancy is one of her brothers. But then again, academy, because remember they went for learning and stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna take off that military. We don't know. No,
I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying Clancy entered the academy. But I don't know. Who knows? Academy could be anything, especially since she said that they all did stuff for learning and stuff, paths of knowledge. So who knows? Maybe academy is actually like a school learning thing. Look, can I just take that off without you saying anything? I'm just gonna take that off. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, moving on. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department store once he retires. As for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job at raising her twins. So no, Gwen didn't have twins. Angie has twins.
Oh, Angie has twins. Okay.
Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits and any other family, they all end up on the streets, even. Okay. Over here, these are twins.
Yeah, those are twins. And Jay.
But, I mean, just because they're twins, that they're going to look like each other. But that's not going to be important until later. I still don't know what's up with this box around. That's weird. And I don't know what's up with this here either. Okay, I think we're done with this.
So the reason why I was saying Carl, because Carl's the other brother, right? And it says
Carl is her fucking son. This is Carl.
That's Clark.
Oh God, hold on.
Clark and Carl.
And who the fuck is?
Clancy is the father of Carl. That's what it looked like. Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry. Okay, Carl and Clark. Okay, God damn it. I was reading Carl as Clark. Okay, so Carl then is Clancy's. But that doesn't... Okay, so then that means... Okay, yes, this is Carl. Okay, so then this here should be Clancy.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. God damn these fucking names.
That's why I'm taking notes.
Clark? Yeah, but okay. Even so, when you were saying Carl and Clark, these fucking names are like the same exact goddamn thing right now to me. Especially when I'm trying to... Carl, Clancy, Clark. And then this is Clancy and Clancy. Jesus fucking Christ.
Good thing I'm paying attention, honey.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that should make sense. Okay. So I'm gonna close this folder now. Music, got that. Marketing. Jesus Christ, what is this? What even is this? Vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. Better for Butler County. I've got no idea what I'm even... Campaign mailer. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached to it that seemed personal. It is a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 20 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, "Love is our future." The handwritten note says, "Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM." So it says here, Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters or this is going to be super important to the plot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this the person that's hired us, maybe?
Probably.
22 years ago. We need to figure out what date that is, because that might... We need to keep an eye out for any dates like around that. So the current date is... it is currently... Let me go to the computer. I can remember. 1998. Oh, and the baby's due around December. Around Christmas of this year, it said. So what is that? 1998 minus 22 is... Yeah, I can't even think right now. My brain is getting fried from playing this. 76, right? 1976? 22 years ago? So write down that... I'll keep that over here by myself here. 1977. No, 76. Birth year of... Was it Stephanie Jones?
Stephanie Jones.
Stephanie Jones. Who is running for office and had a unconventional family. Yeah, I know I misspelled some. Okay. 1976. We need to keep that. We need to keep that in the back of our heads and look out for anything that's mentioning any children born around that time, or people hooking up or getting divorced, or fights that happen, or any arguments like that.
About who is CM?
Who's who? Oh yeah, and then CM too. I don't know. We have to look into that as well.
Who is M?
What's up?
We're doing pretty well. Look, we have a lot filled.
Yeah. Okay. Story items.
Photo of Carl's generation.
It would return again. So after some time, they returned with new resources. A photo of Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. They said they would return again later. Not long before they were set to return, you heard something odd on WRTD radio. The photo you were given may have been stolen from Carl's office. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. Okay, let's take a look now at some of these photos. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water-damaged picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, "Couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris. Gwyn and the boys."
Okay. That's a new picture that we could put on the thing.
That's it. Well, we now know that Gwyn's children were boys, and that they're probably Ronald and what were they?
Robert.
Yeah, Ronald and Robert. I'm not gonna move that because I think it's locked in anyway.
That was better.
But it's definitely a better. We don't know which one to put down here. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just hold on to it for now. Let's move along, okay? We're okay. I don't like to put in stuff without, having some. This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it is impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie.
Okay, so Ernie was married to a Debbie and had a daughter named Nicole.
Yes. But we still don't know where Ernie fits in.
Well, it seems to be that usually the firstborn son, but we just don't know where that is.
I'm thinking...
Where did I put Ernie?
Okay, so we know... I'm thinking because there was just the one child, Ernie's gotta be... Because Ernie has to be a blood relative.
Yeah.
And because there's just the one child there in the photo, I'm guessing Ernie has to be either here, here, or here. Ernie's got to be one of these three. With the one single child.
Scroll in because I can't read the name.
The spouse has a picture. What do you mean you can't read the name? There's no names on these. No. It also says unknown names. But the spouse has a picture, which means it's got to be this one. Oh no, because this is a child with a... No, okay, that's right. Because that's a married, and there was a kid. This is Ernie. This is Ernie. That's the spouse we just had, and that's the child we just got the picture for. Because it has to be. There's no other individual child that has a mother with a picture. Right?
That's true. True.
It has to be this. So they said it was Debbie, right?
Yeah, Debbie. Could be just Deborah.
Deborah Bean. And it was that one there. And then this is the little girl with the candle. And they said her name was...
Her name was Nicole.
Thank you.
Type in Nicole.
Yeah. Nicole Madsen.
Wait, didn't we already put a Madsen somewhere though?
No, we didn't do Madsen. Remember, it was Nicole Smith.
Oh yeah, Smith.
You didn't do Madsen because we said it was Ernie Madsen.
Smith. Yeah.
She's a kid. Baby? No. Is there just
student?
Child? Ooh, student K through 12.
Yeah, there we go.
Ah!
Hold on.
Got her in there.
Oh my goodness.
These 3 entries are correct and have been locked.
We're doing so well.
We got... Look at this. Yeah, we got a bunch of...
Phone call.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it, but I did borrow it. I'll
of
return
course.
once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm a Roottrees. I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta find him so she can knock him off the list.
Now put Ernie.
Is it EA?
ER Ernie.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's going to be Ernest Jr. then. It's got to be Ernest Jr.
Gotta be, yeah. And he's the...
Because there's no... Yeah.
He was the 4th president. Yeah.
We'll look up his name soon. And he should have pictures because, again, he was the president. Which means this has to be...
Ernest.
Yeah, which means this has to be Ernest Madsen.
Meaning the wife is an Madsen? Or was Elias Jr. married to a Madsen?
No. We're stupid. We're dumb. Unknown name. Not just unknown name. Unknown female. We already know this is a female. We know this is a girl.
Yeah, that's a girl. Yeah.
Because we know it's one of two. This is Ernest Madsen.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
And then this is Ernest Madsen Jr. How many other Madsens are there now?
Gwyneth Madsen.
Gwyneth Madsen. So we can fill that name in there.
Oh.
And yeah, it makes sense because would be a blood relative. Yep. And then that's the last Madsen because now whatever name this is, that's what this child's name is.
Yes.
Through marriage. Okay.
Oh.
Well, we might as well grab Ernest's picture.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
It's
no. Before we do, let's finish up with what we've got here on the table, right?
Yeah, that's right. We need to keep reading.
Yeah, because
I'm already losing track of my notes.
Ernest Madsen is probably in this picture. This is the Free Spirits, after all. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M.
Oh my god, that's a list of names.
Okay, hold up here. And Carl's the teenager in the middle. Well, boom. Okay, I was meaning to move it. Okay, so go ahead and just click all these fucking... Oh, nice. Eli's got a name tag. Thanks, Eli. That's Carl. And now we know that's Eli. So we can go ahead and pop in Carl's fucking other picture here. Eli. That would be this Eli here. No, damn it. We don't know which...
I don't know. Caroline.
Yeah, we do. So that'll be that Eli. And then here, this should be Miracle Jr. That should be his last picture. And then the rest should all be free spirits. So Ernie's in this picture. I ain't fucking know. Okay, well, Jim is in here, and we kind of know what he looks like, so...
He looks like that.
God damn it. He somehow looks like gayer JD Vance. Which one of these looks like him?
The guy with the...
Jesus Christ, man. I don't fucking know. Holy shit.
The guy in the back?
This guy?
Yeah.
It's either him or him, right?
Yeah.
He's got a mole up here.
Okay.
We see him.
He's also brunette with a mole. Alright.
Okay, brunette with a mole.
They're not showing that side of the head.
Fuck. What the hell am I looking at with this fucking picture? How does does he just look like her but with a mustache? And who is this? She's obviously the youngest. Okay, so if these are the free spirits and she's the youngest, then she should be like way off over here, right?
Probably.
Who is she in front of? Okay, that's not helping.
Elvis Presley?
Oh, she's in front of Carl.
Okay, that's Carl. Oh, is that...
This...
Right.
Wait, hold on, I don't know. Because this was taken in the 70s. Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm
And
trying
Carl's
to...
a teenager.
There's only three... There's 1, 2, 3, 4 girls in the list? Or 5? Okay, 5 girls.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then her.
Who's...
She could be, like, the oldest down here. Like, over on this side or something, maybe?
Carolyn Gwendolyn. Who is the other girl? Okay, which one was Miracle Jr. again? We could take him off the list.
Right here. Miracle Jr., and then this is Eli. So
Okay,
these
so
are
we
these
can
are the
remove
Miracle
those.
Boys.
Okay. And then we know who Carl is.
Yeah, Carl's here.
So we have 4 guys that we don't know.
One of them is Ernie.
One of them, and one of them is Jim.
Yes. Jim, as far as we know, doesn't wear glasses.
Jim doesn't wear glasses. One of these. This doesn't look like Jim, the one in the far right.
Yeah, that's not Jim.
Okay.
Okay, wait on. These two are gingers, right?
Yeah.
You know
they're
what?
very-
I'm gonna call it. There is a line of gingers, right? And it seems to be this group over here,
Yeah, redheads.
right? So I think we need to. I think we just need to start slotting gingers in them. With Angie, and then these ones here have black hair. It seems. And then these ones have blonde hair, along with like these 3 over here seem to have blonde. They seem to have blonde or brunette over here, and then this is black, and then this over here tends to be ginger.
Well, you say that, but the very bottom picture has a blondie.
Yeah, because the mom has blonde hair.
Oh yeah, the mom has blonde. Okay, that means Ernie might have black hair.
Yes. So let's take a look here.
Meaning the guy with the glasses.
No, They don't really have black hair, though. But he still might be. I'm undoing that. I don't know.
Hey, let's go back to reading again. We'll get more clues, love.
It says November. Is November important? In childish print writing.
So that little girl probably did that.
Yes. See, now what's weird is the little girl appears to be black, right? We actually have something for this. We have something for this. We actually have a note for this.
Oh.
Yes, we do. Hold on. There was a note on this. Free spirit. They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, but that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be
illegal to marry
if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So Edward probably married a black woman.
Okay. Edward.
So Edward. Okay, so her brothers are
we're looking at Lauren, right?
Yeah, so these are her brothers here.
Yes.
One of them, and she lists her brothers someplace, and I don't remember where. She does list their names. Where was that listed? Was it over here? No, because that was Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo.
I don't think she ever really listed the names of the brothers.
Alright, well, we know that they're Roottrees.
We just had the pictures of them.
We know one is Eli. Eli and Edward, then.
Yeah, we have Eli and Edward.
Okay.
And Clancy.
Yeah, but we already have Clancy set. That's Carl's dad.
Yeah, that's true.
So then, if Edward married a black woman and had a mixed child, then that means that Elias has to be here as James's father.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then this here would be Edward. And then we don't know who. So then this should be somebody who's possibly younger than Carl in this photo. Because James is younger than Carl.
Yeah.
That's something to keep in mind, is that in this photograph, as young as Carl is, there's at least 2 people younger than him in it.
Yeah.
And one of them is obvious as being like the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
But there's at least one of these guys is younger than him as well. I'm thinking maybe I think maybe this is Jim then back here.
Okay, yeah.
Because other than him, who else?
Yeah, his hair matches. The hairstyle does match the picture that we have of him already.
Because like these two for me feel older than Carl, and these two of course are definitely older because these are an older generation.
Yes. All right, yeah. Let's put
So,
that for
Jim.
Jim and James. Jim, James. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an alternate picture, so it probably won't hurt, too bad.
And like I said, the hairstyle kind of matches what's in that picture right now too. Still.
Yeah, it does. To be honest, that's actually a pretty good match now that I'm looking at them side by side.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the mustache too.
Yeah. And then did we have a name for Gwyneth M. Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim, Roottrees?
It might just be Bonnie.
Next president, Guy Hudson.
Yeah, we have that. He died like Ernie did.
Yeah, but he's in this picture.
Yes, he's in that picture somewhere. Not sure which one.
And he's one of the free spirits. Interesting. Hold on, I've got an idea. If this is a root tree, let me take a look at the root tree names that aren't taken yet or aren't logged in.
There's a lot.
And one of them, Shanine, is November.
It's November. Oh my god, yes. Dude,
We don't, baby. This was a long time ago. We have no idea what she's
yeah,
doing
that's
now.
true, that's true.
We just know that her name is November.
And we think he's under Edward Roottrees. Yeah.
And Edward Roottrees is supposedly taking over as lawyer. See, that was some sleuthing right there. I'm happy with that.
I have like my notes is so obscure now because there's so much stuff.
We've got a 1 here, but I'm not sure what it's. Oh, the phone call here. Okay. Yeah, nothing new there. Yeah, that's all been crossed out. That's. Yeah. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company. But if you could girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, you could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. See them. Stephanie. let me take a look at our list of names. Do we have any? Let's see.
Caroline Morden.
There's a Caroline Morden.
And
There's also... That's it. Caroline Morden. And do we know who that is? We know the Morden family. No, we don't know the Morden family, do we? Do we know who
Morden.
Do we know?
Under Gwendolyn Morden's husband.
Oh, over here.
Oh, might be one of Angelica's children.
Yeah, we don't know. Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah, right there.
It might be related to whatever's going on here. There's another line thing here. Guardian, adoption, or otherwise.
Oh.
Split up. Then married. Okay. Okay.
Because Caroline was on the list of
You know what we're
names
gonna
that we
do?
saw.
Hold on. You know what we're gonna do then? Hold on. I say let's just on a fucking
We might
just on
possibly
a
have
fucking hunch. Let's grab some stuff here, huh?
Oh yeah, forgot about taking pictures there.
Let's grab some stuff here and let's do just on a hunch, huh?
Brian Jones. Oh, he's not there.
What? No, we don't. What do you mean she's not there? Her last name's not going to be Jones. It's going to be one of these two. We don't know which.
Right.
Because it's going to be based off. It's going to be based off of one of these names here. It's probably, yeah, it's going to be one of these two names, but we don't know which one yet. And
Politician.
is that one of the politics? But we don't know which Stephanie. What's her name? Stephanie Jones?
Yep.
Do a search. We learned from an election results page that Stephanie Jones, a candidate for city council, won her campaign on election day about a month ago. You find no mention of the Roottrees in any articles about her. Stephanie also has a very bare-bones website on her campaign. It is simply a picture of her campaign mailer, and underneath it says, "Be sure to read a full article in the Butler County Times."
Let's go to the Butler County Times.
Most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report.
Landed. Oh.
Shanine, baby,
Sorry.
Rika, I mean, can't, baby. The most recent mention of Stephanie Jones is a small report detailing the election results from last month's election. Stephanie apparently won her election. You also find the full version of the newspaper clipping on the back of the campaign mailer. While most of it is unimportant, you find the following. Stephanie Jones, born Stephanie Landon until her marriage to local business owner Brian Jones, has lived in Butler County her whole life. Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. With my mother and her partner, I essentially had an entirely female influence. Though she is a distant cousin of the Roottrees, her mother, Caroline, a local artist who has appeared on the front page of the Butler County Times in the past, has often come out opposed to the corporation's policies regarding deforestation of indigenous trees to expand their maple farm. Unlike my mother, I am not a fighter. I want to bring love to the world. Okay, so we got some stuff here. So Landon is her. Okay, and then back to it real quick. Stephanie grew up in a home with my mother and her partner. Okay, so her mother then is.
Mother was named Caroline.
Is that what it said there?
Is her mother Caroline, a local artist?
Okay, so let's try. Yep, Caroline. Okay, I've got a thing here. I think I've got this. Mark Landon, and then
unknown occupation was artist.
Yeah, thank you. And then hold on. Yeah, there we go. Got that. Oh, duh. Stupid. No, not. I just don't know who this is. I don't know. We got multiple pictures of Caroline Morden. Maybe we can do a spider search. Caroline is listed on a few art websites without much detail. She seems to be associated with a movement called Gross. PFLAG, an organization founded in the 70s. The acronym stands for Parents and Friends of Lesbians. Gays. Search. Well, that
it was just.
She's an artist. She's just listed on some art websites. We don't have any art magazines or anything.
We haven't found any. Nope.
That's Gossip. Butler, maybe. PFLAG.
I guess we could try just putting Caroline Morden in there.
You find a cover story about local art installations, including one by Caroline Morden. There isn't much about Caroline as a person. This is mostly a listing of art in Butler County. She seems to get top billing. Accompanying the story, there's an image of Caroline standing beside a large metal sculpture of a mermaid, captioned Caroline standing next to her sculpture, Atlantis's Burden. This sculpture is one of many works featured in her upcoming book, Self-Portrait, Art and the Beauty of Women. According to a quote further down, Atlantis's burden is meant to symbolize a society split by a decision over whether women should be or something to protect. The picture on the front page has been added to your evidence. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, she looks like a hippie lesbian artist from the 70s. The image that accompanied a story about local art in Butler County. Caption Caroline sending her sculpture Atlantis's Burden. This sculpture is one of many works featured in her upcoming book, Self-Portrait, Art and the Beauty of Women. Can I click on anything else? No? Okay. When asked about the inspiration...
I wonder if we can find that article on the thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, we printed this out from the newspaper clipping we were just looking at.
Oh.
Okay, well, first off, we can put her in there. But we can get another picture for her. Okay. But still, hold on. Because we could do upcoming book, self-portrait, art and the beauty of women.
Oh, nice. Public library.
Yes. Yeah, I see. I didn't forget about that. Dinn, right? Not Morgan. Published 1987, softcover, large art photography sculpture dedicated to Eloise and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Boom. Bada boom. I thought it was going to be this one because there's no last name. Because that's why there's no wedding rings. They were not married. Because it was not legal. Alrighty. Back to that real quick. Mostly black and white pictures of Caroline's art. The centerpiece is a series of full-color nude self-portraits at different ages, stretching from 25 to 30. They certainly have not been added to your evidence. In the intro, Caroline talks about influences. She was one of the youngest in her generation, and in her late teens, she felt betrayed when her sister Gwendolyn and cousin Bonnie gave up on dreams to settle for boring men. She especially dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Their marriages led her to double down on her passions, art and the environment. She even married a man who was the opposite of boring, which was an overcorrection. She comes out strongly against the Roottrees company's effect on local environment, and rues how she was not able to convince her father Zach to make changes to policy. He also explains that her marriage to Mark led to the most volatile moments in her life, all negative, and that the only good thing he ever gave her was a daughter. Leaving them all behind for good has pushed her to pursue her true loves, art and the beauty of women. All right, so this tells us that she has a sister named Gwendolyn.
And a cousin named Bonnie.
And she has a brother-in-law named Dr. Wilson. Okay. So this is going. So many freaking Gwens in this family. Ridiculous. It feels like Dark Souls 1. Like there's also a ton of Gwens in there as well. And this was Wilson, right?
Yeah, Wilson. Dr. Wilson something.
Gosh.
Go back to the thing?
Yeah, it was just Dr. Wilson. Brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson. We called completely bogus. So all we know is that he was a doctor. All we know is that he was a doctor, and that one of these then is... These are Wilsons, but there's 3 male Wilsons. So one of the males is the father, the other 2 are down here, and one of these is a female Wilson.
We could see who else is named Wilson.
But with that being a... But no, those are the 4 Wilsons, babe.
Oh, those are all 4
Yeah,
Wilsons.
and then that's the 4 Wilsons. All right, we have found a lot, though. We've actually found so much. I think next time we play, we can probably finish.
Yeah. But I just want to keep playing.
I know. I know. I don't know. This might be an extremely boring stream, but I am so like, I gotta just get it all. All right. Guys, again, I'm sorry if this has been super terrible, but we're one more stream of this, so we can probably do this in as a 2-part thing. Again, this is basically, this is a lot like Return of the Obra Dinn, but kind of in a more, it's less fantasy. Like Return of the Obra Dinn was trying to figure out how people died, and you had like a magic thing that like that you see the moment of like the deaths and like try to piece that together. Again, in a very weird art thing. If you haven't seen anything about Return of the Obra Dinn, definitely I would recommend playing it. But like at least look at some pictures of it, because if you don't even know what the style of it is, it's pretty weird. But I am very much enjoying this game, and I cannot wait until next weekend when I go to finish it. So until that time though, I'm just gonna have to say, no matter who you are, let me go back to the ending screen here. Yeah. So until that time though, I'll say no matter who you are, where you are, or whenever the hell you're watching this, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.